Waco 1-1. Package delivered.
So I'm just
Chalice 1. Radar contact. Bullseye
protecting this
105.
tanker right here in this mission.
26,000.
Just got the Warthog yesterday, the A10 Thrustmaster Warthog yesterday, and I'm just testing it out, getting used to it. It's really different compared to the Saytech X52. I had that last time, so I'm getting really used to it because I first was on it, and the stick is a little bit less responsive. Not really responsive, but you need more like more force to actually push the stick than the Saytech, because first of all my Saytech was like 12 years old or something, but now I have this new Warthog here, and there's a little bit more force to actually push on the stick, make it move a little bit. But I'm getting used to it. Took like 4 hours to get all of the buttons mapped and stuff and all that stuff. But I finally got it, and it seems to be doing okay. I did some dogfights just to get used to it a little bit, used to all the buttons, because you know, this Warthog has all the buttons you need on the 16 for the stick, but the throttle is what I do not like about the Warthog. Warthog is made for air to ground, like, you know, the Warthog A10 and DCS. There is a Thrustmaster Cougar out there, but it's literally $500-600 and it's used most of the time. They don't make any more Cougars anymore. But I saw on, I think maybe over at clock.net, which is a PC site, but I was on a forum. I did put some pictures on for DCS, and this game beat DCS F-16 Fighting Falcon. And some guy posted on there that on May 4th, apparently Thrustmaster is having some kind of convention. What was that? A convention in New York, saying that there's a new, where they use family, I think, family or generation of joysticks coming out. So I guess there's maybe a new generation of joysticks coming out soon. So I hope it's going to be like the Cougar or something, or something, or it could just be this exact same thing. The Warthog just have like a radar switch, like sliding, so you can manipulate the radar on the MFD there, so you could move your altitudes up and down. Because right now I'm just using, I think it's called a Coolie switch. It's a little switch right here on the side of the throttle. I'll use my index finger for it, and it seems to be doing okay, but I don't like it because you can't just simply use your thumb or whatever you need to use to just go up and down really fast. You just have to click it each time. I can't hold it. See, I'm holding it. It does nothing if I hold it. But you have to click it for each time, and it kind of sucks. Because yeah, if you're in combat really quick, you need to go down to the deck, because there's, you know, Chalice told you that there's people at 200 feet or whatever. You're not going to be able to do this fast with this Coolie switch. But yeah, it would be nice if Thrustmaster would announce some kind of mix between these two. Because on the F-15, I heard that the Warthog is based on, the stick is F-16 stick, period. And then the throttle on the Warthog is 15 throttle minus the slider switch on the side, which would be the right side of the throttle. It's a little slider switch so you can control your radar altitude. So that's pretty much what the Warthog is that without that. And it kind of sucks, and I didn't know that till I got it, and I was like, where and how am I gonna use it for my altitude? Whoa, getting a little off there. That's what happens when you don't look at outside. Yeah, just practicing this, getting used to this sensitivity of the stick and the throttle too. But yeah, I guess it kind of sucks too, because I'm a specialist for the F-22 in the Air Force, and I'm always used to the F-22 cockpit, or not cockpit, but stick, and you know, it's the real thing, so I'm kind of used to it. playing with the buttons and stuff inside. And the buttons on the stick all have are a 5-way switch. So you go up, down, left, right, and then press inward. So it's a 5-way switch. On the Warthog, there isn't that many. There's one, I think. Let me see, there's this one, and yeah, there's one. One 5-way switch. The other ones are 4-way, where it goes up, down, left, and right, and down. Be nice if you had a inward press in button, because that would be a lot easier.
Chalice 1, Fury 1-1.
Declare. Fury 1-1, Chalice 1. Contact is friendly.
But I mean, it'll do for now, and I could get used to it. I'll need all those buttons, but it'll be nice if they had a 5-way switch for all the buttons on the stick, and even a couple of 5-way switches on the throttle quadrant. And the F-22 joystick stick is a little bit hand friendly, I believe. Because when I put my hand on this on the Warthog, it feels like I have to go really high up to reach the trim. It just feels like I have to go pretty high up to get the trim. But on the 22 Cug, you don't have to go as high. You don't have to like think about it. It's just kind of right there. And maybe because it's below, it's like at or below my waist, because you know when you sit in the cockpit, it's the side panels where the throttles and the stick is, but in my simulator in here, it's on a desk, which is higher than usual. So that might be why it's feels a little weird for that. But other than that, the joystick is metal. You know, it's good. The buttons, I'm not an A10. I don't work on A10s, but the buttons seem to be alright. They're a lot different on the 22. There's like actual like channels where the buttons go to. You can't go, you know, diagonally, because it won't let you. It'll just stop. So you can only go straight up, straight down, and straight left, and straight right. But other than that, I guess the buttons are good are replicated for the A10. But yeah, and it takes a lot of time to get this fixed for not DCS, Falcon, because not all the buttons are actual buttons. You have to download, I think, some people who made keys for it, where you would just download it and it would like set different keyboard keys for different keys on your stick. So you could just press, you know, the up on the DMS, and it'll be like Shift K or whatever, and you can set Shift K to something on that. And then the switches on the throttle, I don't use those very much, but I just have a few of them on there. Like lights, I have my lights on there. I have the master switch on and off. What else do I have? I think I have a JFS starter. Is one of the buttons on there. I have my autopilot, the altitude hold, pitch, attitude hold, autopilot off. I have that on there. What else do I got? Don't remember it all right now. I think I have jettison. I have jettison weapons as a button on there. But yeah, I just have a few buttons. Not the words, the verbiage on the actual throttle doesn't match it because it's not, you know, an A10. But I did start up DCS, started up in the A10, and it mapped all the buttons automatically. It's pretty neat. I did a little mission with it, and oh my goodness, it's so different because the coolie switch on the throttle is actually your button to go back and forth between screens. So you have to hold the coolie switch, which is the one that I use my index finger on the throttle to manipulate. So you have to hold it to the right, like 2 seconds or more than 1.5 seconds for it to switch your sensor of interest to the other screen. So I'll have to get used to that, because that's different. Because for me, this button is right here. Is using on my thumb on the stick. The display management switch or something. I think it's called DMS, something like that. But yeah. So it switches from my right hand to my left hand, from the stick to the throttle, and that's gonna take a lot getting used to. But I'm probably not gonna be playing DCS that much. Didn't really buy the stick for DCS in particular. But overall, this stick is pretty good. Got it kind of on sale, like $350-ish on Amazon, but it's still a lot of money. But I mean, it's not gonna go out anytime soon. Hopefully not anytime soon as my Cytec. Cytec 650 lasts 12 years. Roughly. I'm still gonna keep it. I'm not gonna give it away or anything. But I wish they would just put like the roll switches for the altitude, radar altitude. That's the only thing I don't like about this stick. That, and because it took 4 hours to get all the buttons mapped. That kind of sucked. But yeah, if you have any questions, just put in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer them as soon as I can. Should be having a RC plane video. I flew again a couple days ago. Was it Thursday or something? Flew it. So scared that the signal was gonna go out, so I didn't do very much flying. But I landed it for the first time in my new plane, that blue Cloud Surfer plane. I've landed it for the first time after, I think, a week and a half, or not week and a half, like 3 weeks of having it. First time it crashed, nosedived to the ground because that's a nice screenshot. Boop. Because it nosedived to the ground because I had the CG was aft, but fixed that. Finally landed it, and it has one safe flight under its belt. Who's that? Friendly. Whatevs.
Fury 1-1, Chalice 1, contact is friendly.
But yeah, getting pretty used to this stick though. There is a little bit more than I would like pressure to get it out of the center position. So if you're like, pulling up just a little bit and you need to, put in opposite input, like go forward, you have to go forward, then there's like a little rut, not really a rut, but like a, I guess, the neutral positions, the friction to get out of the neutral position when you go up. But it's not really that big of a deal. It's still pretty accurate. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but sometimes you could hear like the clicking of the mount when I manipulate the stick, because I have to, go from back to forward, and I guess it's not level on my table, my desk, but I'll probably level it soon. A little better. Yeah, I'm just not really doing any combat yet because I'm not used to the stick. But I will have combat videos soon.
Chalice 1, Fury 1-1. Declare.
Just trying to get used to this stick. Give a little verbal review on this stick from a person who kind of is around, not kind of, but I am around the F-22 stick a lot, and I can kind of review it off that, which is not really fair because that's the real thing versus something Thrustmaster made, but it's based on a real thing, so I guess I can kind of do that. But it's two different airframes.
Fury 1-1. Declare.
I do really like the F-22 stick.
Contact is friendly.
You can look it up on
Chalice,
Google
1,
and stuff.
radar contact, bullseye 090, 80 miles, 24,000.
I don't know if they have what all the buttons do on Google, but
Sentry 1, radar
if they don't,
contact, bullseye
I'm not really going to talk about it.
16
But
miles,
if they do,
25,000.
yeah, sure. But yeah, I think we talked for a little bit. It's gonna probably end the video. Until next time. Thanks for watching.